Yeah, what type of challenges does Washington present? When you talk about your two teams, it's always mentioned about the best, couple of the best backcourts in the NBA. What's that challenge like for you?
They're explosive, and they've only gotten better every year. So I understand what kind of challenge they bring. Transition with John Wall, how fast he is, creating for himself and others. And Bradley's a scorer, playmaker. So got to be on alert for 48 minutes or however long they're on the floor. And they got pieces around them now that can take us to another level. So they're a tough team, obviously. Coming off the LA game, I'm sure they'll be ready to go.
Specifically with Wall, what do you think about the idea that he's underrated? Do you see him getting the respect that he deserves?
I think so. I mean, it's not for me to say, but he's an all-star. He's been an all-star, will continue to be an all-star. Know what he does night in, night out, and I think, yeah, he's always in that conversation. Anytime I hear the subjective list of top point guards in the league, his name is always up there. So he's not sneaking up on anybody.
I'm not sure how much you listen to those lists of top point guards, but Paul Pierce said on TNT that Wall right now is the best point guard in the league. That register with you at all?
You still ignoring your free throw percentage?
The more you ask me, man, I don't know. Like I give you the most cliche answers for that. It's just.
Do you feel it? I mean, I saw last night at one point you hit rim on it, and you were kind of like trying to will it in. I mean, do you feel it when you're at the line?
Honestly, this past game was the first time I actually thought about it. Like the first free throw I took, and the last two, which is dumb because it's just a free throw. Like if I had missed one, like game two, it changed the whole dynamic. But because I haven't missed one, it's on my mind. I'm gonna try to turn it into an opportunity just to be more laser focused on the mechanics and the rhythm of shooting free throws until the streak is over. But yeah, that's about it.
What do you consider a good seasonal free throw percentage for you? I mean, you're usually
anything 90 above. That's for as much as I try to get to the line. I think as I've gotten to the line over the last couple of years, shooting 90% or above is a solid goal that I've done plenty of times, but it's every year. It's crazy how much like one or two misses kind of affects that percentage. So you got to stay locked in.
Do you know the longest streak you've ever had, not necessarily in the NBA, but even in practice?
Nah.
Steph, if you kind of always admire the guys who get to the line 15 times a game, and kind of that, especially if they're really good free throw shooters, to make those 3 points.
Well, yeah, I know if I get fouled, I'm most likely going to convert those into points. So I understand the value of that, and especially like certain momentum swings in games, if you can kill a team's run by getting to the foul line, especially how we do in the playoffs, how important that becomes. That's definitely crucial. I don't really try to admire is a strong word. I understand how most people who are in that double-digit kind of attempts per game, how they get it done, but like I answered last night, it's not really my style to kind of go out seeking fouls or trying to draw contact in that kind of sense. But so far this year, we've just been able to be timely with being aggressive to the basket and create and draw attention, and hopefully, if I'm not finishing at the rim, I'm getting fouled, and like you said, knocking down free throws.
Steph, a lot was made last year with you and Kevin Durant getting used to playing with each other. Then he went down with an injury. You seem to find yourself in the middle of the season last year. Do you feel like things are different now? Do you feel like your games are meshing a little bit more seamlessly?
There's definitely a better understanding of how we both can be at our best at the same time. Last night was a great example of that. Just having trust and faith in each other to do what we do best. Take some chances, take some big shots, and yeah, work well off each other. So last year, this time we were trying to speak it into existence and trying to push ourselves along, but it took a minute, and I don't think there's any question that like right now, and obviously I went in the playoffs and start the season, that we can both be the best version of ourselves, be as aggressive as we need to be, and not get in each other's way at all. And even Clay getting his buckets, Draymond getting his playmaking opportunities. It's all solid.
You guys are even right across the board in shots per game. I'm wondering, Steve Kerr is still fiddling with rotations and stuff. You're getting a lot of time with Draymond in that second unit. Clay's getting a lot of time with KD. Do you think that's going to change at all, or how do you feel about the rotations the way they are right now?
We mess with that kind of a lot throughout the course of the regular season, just to figure out what's going to work when it comes game time in the playoffs. So you got to be ready for pretty much any adjustment. Obviously, at the beginning of this year, I've been in foul trouble a lot, so that changes the rotations. But right now, I play the first and third quarter, and usually finish it off with Draymond. KD and Clay take over that beginning of the second quarter opportunity with the rest of the second unit. So that's kind of our expectation. If Coach wants to kind of tweak some things here and there, we obviously can adjust and just be ready for anything.
In your mind, what's been the biggest issue defensively as a team for you guys right now?
I mean, you can nitpick, like not boxing out, not communicating on switches. In the Houston game, we had probably 10 possessions where we didn't make the second, third effort to rotate and help each other out. And I think the reason that it's been that way is we just haven't been able to put 10 minutes, a whole quarter together in a row. It's been 2 minutes here, then going a 5 minute just dead streak or whatnot. So it becomes kind of glaring, those details that we haven't been able to lock up. So we'll get there. We have to be better communicating and talking to each other out there to get us through this beginning of the season, and get our legs and get our defensive rhythm and intensity. But we've shown bright spots. And it's not like it's a total disaster. It's just there's fine details that we got to focus on.
Steph, they're honoring Al Adams tomorrow night, and I'm just wondering, comments on how much your dad faced him, or as he was a coach or administrator, and what you know about him. Obviously, years before you came onto the team, but you still remember.
I mean, I know you see his face all over the organization. And ever since I've been here, he was one of the first guys I met when I was drafted. So know how much he means to the organization, all his success, the 74, 75 team, and reason there's a banner hanging up. I don't know his history with my dad at all. I don't know if they missed each other in the coaching, player, or battle or whatnot. But just from his legacy as a Warrior and what he means to the Bay Area and Warrior basketball is unbelievable, and everybody should aspire to be, hanging in the rafters next to him and the other guys that are up there. So, and the fact that he's still involved with the organization is huge. Impacting the community, being a positive presence all throughout the organization, so that's huge.
Steph, Steve Kerr's going to honor him by wearing one of the suits similar to that 70s style suit that Coach Adams would wear. How do you think Steve can pull that off?
I think Steve got that out of the back of his closet. I think he already had that in there. There's nothing special about it. I would probably just draw on some chest hair if I don't know what Coach's manscaping's like, but maybe have to get that going if he's going to go 3 or 4 buttons open with the high peak collar. So we'll see how that goes.
Steph, is a free throw shot a different type of shot than, say, a long distance jump shot? Do you see a lot of guys who are great three-point shooters or long-range shooters? They don't really shoot free throws all that well.
It's a totally different rhythm. Most guys, I think 99%, probably every free throw shooter I've seen you don't jump. So you come up on a tippy toe, so it's a different finish, it's a different rhythm. The mechanics itself should be the same as like how I shoot a mid-range or a three, or off a catch and shoot, or off the dribble, like from waist up, it should be the same. But just the rhythm of somebody throwing you a ball, you do whatever your routine is. It's a slower process. That's all totally different than in-game shooting. So you really have to work on the difference in feel and the touch to it.
When it comes to fouls, and you're talking about getting. Go ahead.
Steph, in the first half, there were some passes that you guys usually execute pretty well that were missed, especially the turnovers from Draymond, the lobs across, easily just taken away from the defense. How much of that was non-focused? How much of that was just the Raptors really having your number and showing that these teams are trying to figure you guys out and your weaknesses?
Most of them were self-inflicted. For myself, I threw a terrible behind-the-back pass to DeMar DeRozan, who's not on my team. Draymond took some chances throwing some long-distance passes. The way that we play, that's going to happen, just because we have a high-paced offense and we like to take some chances. Coach tells us to hit singles all the time, and we try to focus on that. But during the game, you be creative. You try to force the issue a little bit. It happens. But over the course of the season, if we can just minimize those just a little bit and give ourselves more opportunity to get shots up every possession, then I like our chances to win a lot of games. Last night, the Raptors shot, I think, 17 more shots than we did, which the same thing happened against Houston, game one. And that's a recipe for disaster for us, because that evens the playing field a little bit with our high shoot percentage and giving them more opportunities. So turnovers goes into that. So if we can control that and win the possession game, I like our chances every single night.